Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
You guys have been shooting in the gym?
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
But every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore and also
in a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 31. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboys defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
That's the payment, and it's intercepted.
What am I doing, bro?
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good news, these behind them have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And some room to maneuver. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And according to Next Gen Stats, speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Baltimore offense has at the line, set to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that, I would think about...
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
And we'll see if they can do it here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. A throw taken in by Tyler Wallace. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Oh, pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Flushed out right. Got some room at the 30, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Flush Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up.
Oh, Lord.
These guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll get to Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Let's try to run forward with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. And no need to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. On play action, Prescott. He'll buy some time right. And the throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Prescott. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're looking for? So who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra confidence that you go to them early and often.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, they're stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters.
What the fuck?
The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And he will go down. A Cowboys. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. This first quarter, let's just be frank, it's been a disaster so far offensively.
Yeah, already down multiple scores, and it doesn't appear they can get out their own way right now.
He's going deep for Brown. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in his first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know he's enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game. Give him an opportunity.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play here for Dallas. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The first down carry by Elliott. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got his man, it's Fehoko.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Here's Prescott. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. They'll roll him out right. Give him a couple on the scramble in 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. On the move to his left. He's on the crossing route. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Elliott. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 2nd down and goal. Prescott into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and the Ravens are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half. Extra point attempt to come here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time ever.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Jackson now. That's completed to Bateman. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover the drag route because they run it at varying speeds. But the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Quentin Williams able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson escaping the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still going to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Boy, a real head-scratcher there, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
You just love to watch your downfall, man. They love to watch your downfall and comment and laugh at your misfortunes. It's okay. Bless you, brother Goose.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Here's Elliott. Charvarius Ward there to make the stop.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
5 yards remain on second down. Off the play fake, Prescott sliding out of the pocket. This one is Fehoko. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Simi Fehoko, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with
this is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. For all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. are able to connect on the extra point. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drop.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play there just before halftime.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Cowboys going to put the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Prescott, eluding the pressure right. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
That's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that. But I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns.
And this man complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, Jackson. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Now a timeout signaled for. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Third and 2, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Got a man, it's caught. Ravens touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Short kick, one of the up middle take it now. They've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. disconnect. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here. They have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Here's a quick throw by Dak, complete out wide. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Options galore here, second and a few inches. Prescott to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Odafe Owe in there to bury it for a loss of 11. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott. Towards the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got a bump down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10. If they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the counter, Elliott. And a solid run down inside the 30. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 7 and a couple. They go down to it again. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Prescott on play action. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Play action now. Prescott. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Raises one, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to get the football at their own 30-yard line. It was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
That was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. First down more for Jackson. And finally brought down at the 38.
To me, this leads to the question, do you fire the way to put this body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you out there with him.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 15. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Flush to his right. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Atlanta. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 122 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And he gives this time to the tailback. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Prescott now from the 50. Left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And the next-gen stats tell us he took it better than 30 yards after that initial contact. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Prescott, they're going to throw for him. Pass incomplete.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody would like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think he just said, well, my kicker's first. No.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid,
running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college. They went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round? That's what I call a steal.
Jackson thrown into the hands of Andrews. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. They go play action with Jackson. That's Andrews. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Yeah, you guys pick up right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking of all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL Audio Sports. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap and a gift to Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Flushed out right. And it's into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Tucker with an extra point. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Tucker down to kick it away following the touchdown. This field right up the goal line. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. The give is to Elliott. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. This one quickly up to Cooper. Gets the tackle, and he gets this one in midfield before he's brought down. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Out to his left. And now he caught by Bohoko. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Well, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
On play action, Prescott. a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Throwing on second and long. Prescott. He's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it didn't appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to throw. And that throws to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. The Ravens on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. The snap is perfect inside the 10. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taking it all the way down to the 8. It's a big play there for Baltimore. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Dobbins. They'll take it into the end zone for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens cut into that lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now down to 20. Tucker down to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Probably not. They're still going to though, so I would imagine the first shot about here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Elliott. Gets it away at the 35. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 147 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before it gets into enemy territory. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And from room to room now. That's the 20. finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big run that time by Elliott. It carries like
that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now Elliott. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that stretches the lead to 27. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Escaping the pressure right.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
And that'll set him back 5. Well, Prescott here to throw. Rolling to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Steps away. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spot,
touchdown! It's complete. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Ravens get a bit closer. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Steps away to his left. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Second down at 4. Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught by Brown. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.